Welcome back to JF Coin, the channel where we explore the amazing world of coins, rare currency, hidden treasures, and the incredible history behind them. Today we are diving deep into one of the most interesting coins from the United States, the Liberty 1 cent coin of 1977. This tiny piece of metal may look simple at first glance, but believe me, it carries a fascinating story, a remarkable history, and a value that will surprise you. So stay with me till the very end, because by the time you finish watching, you will know why this coin can be worth a fortune and how the market today places its value in the thousands of dollars, with some reaching more than $779,335 in rare conditions. Now, let's start from the beginning. The Liberty 1 cent coin is more than just currency, it is a piece of American history in your hand. In 1977, millions of these cents were struck by the United States Mint, but what makes them so important is not just the number, but the variations, the errors, and the historical background of the coinage system during that time. Every cent holds the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, but the design of the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial, has hidden details that can make a huge difference in value. Collectors around the world hunt for these differences, and when they find a perfect, rare, or error coin from this year, the price skyrockets. Think about it for a moment. Most people spend a penny without even looking, but collectors know that every cent could be a hidden jackpot. The 1977 Liberty 1 cent has been reported to sell for shocking amounts in the coin market, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars when in mint condition or when a rare error is involved. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that the average person would think is only 1 cent, while in reality, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the magic of coin collecting. Let us talk about condition, because condition is everything. A worn-out 1977 penny may be just a penny, but when it is uncirculated, shining as if it has just left the mint, the story changes completely. Collectors grade coins from poor condition all the way up to mint state, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. Some flawless 1977 pennies in mint state with perfect strikes have reached extraordinary prices. In auctions, the market can get very competitive, and collectors push the value far beyond what anyone expects. That is how the current market value has reached an astonishing $779,335 in certain rare cases. But what about history? The late 1970s were a time of change in the American economy. Inflation, rising costs of production, and public demand influenced coinage. The Liberty 1 cent coin of 1977 was part of that era, minted primarily in copper before the big change to copper-plated zinc in the early 1980s. This makes it one of the last of its kind, holding true to the traditional metal composition that many collectors love. The weight, the feel, and the sound of these coins are different from modern cents. Holding one takes you back to a different America, a time when even small coins had solid value in your pocket. Now let us get into the exciting part, the rare errors and varieties. Some 1977 pennies come with double die obverse errors, where the lettering or the date appears doubled. These are incredibly valuable and highly sought after. Others have off-center strikes, where the design is not fully aligned, creating a unique misprint that collectors crave. There are also pennies with clipped planchets, where part of the coin is missing due to a cutting error in the mint. Each of these variations can multiply the value of the coin by thousands of dollars. This is why every collector should check their pocket change carefully, because you never know when you might find one. The market today is hotter than ever. Online auctions, coin shows, and private collectors are constantly searching for high-quality 1977 Liberty 1 cent coins. With social media and YouTube channels like JF Coin spreading awareness, more and more people are realizing that these little coins could be treasures. The demand is rising, and whenever demand rises, prices rise as well. That is why the current market value has exploded, with coins graded at the highest levels being worth nearly $800,000. It is not just a coin anymore. It is an investment, a piece of history, and a collectible treasure. So what should you do if you have a 1977 Liberty 1 cent? First, never spend it without checking. Look closely at the details, the condition, the shine, the date, and any unusual markings. If you suspect it could be rare, take it to a professional grader or a coin shop. Many people have discovered small fortunes hiding in jars of change, old drawers, or collections passed down from family. Your penny could be one of those rare treasures. To sum it up, the Liberty 1 cent coin of 1977 is not just 1 cent. It is history, it is art, it is value, and it could be worth life-changing money. From the metal it is made of, to the errors it may carry, to the auctions that send its price to the sky, every aspect of this coin is fascinating. And here on JF Coin, we will continue to share the secrets, the stories, and the surprises hidden in coins just like this one. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the 1977 Liberty 1 cent, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to JF Coin, and share this video with your friends, because you never know who might be holding a hidden treasure right now. thank you for watching, and remember, every coin tells a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Stay tuned to JF Coin. Today we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty 1-cent coin from the year 1980, a piece that carries not only historical importance but also a surprising market value that may leave you amazed. The Liberty 1-cent coin has a long and rich story that goes back to the very birth of American coinage. It is more than just a small copper piece, it represents the economic and cultural journey of the United States. By the 1980s, these coins were still widely in circulation, but special varieties and well-preserved examples are now selling for extraordinary amounts in auctions and private sales. Many collectors across the globe search for these coins because they believe every Liberty cent holds a piece of history that should never be forgotten. Now let's dive deeper into the details. The 1980 Liberty 1-cent coin is often recognized for its bold design, showing the familiar Liberty image that symbolizes freedom and independence. The coin itself is mostly made from copper, but what makes it fascinating is how certain rare errors, misstrikes, and limited mintages have transformed these common cents into small treasures worth thousands and sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today in the coin collecting market, we are seeing a massive demand for coins from the late 20th century. While the average Liberty cent from 1980 might not always be valuable if it is worn or heavily circulated, the high-grade and mint-state examples have exploded in value. Collectors are paying unbelievable sums of money to secure coins in pristine condition. Some rare types have recently reached the shocking market value of more than $779,336. Yes, you heard that right. A small 1-cent coin can be worth nearly $750,000 if it falls under the right category and condition. This makes it crucial for every collector, and even beginners who have just discovered a passion for coins, to carefully check their old boxes, drawers, and jars. That ordinary-looking cent might actually be a rare Liberty 1-cent from 1980 that could change your financial situation overnight. The demand in auctions, online platforms, and private coin shows is incredibly high, and the prices continue to rise as more and more people learn about the hidden value of these coins, but the story does not stop at market price alone. The Liberty 1-cent coin connects us to American history in a way that paper currency never could. Holding one of these coins is like holding a small fragment of the country's heritage. It represents resilience, progress, and the idea that even the smallest piece of change can carry a story of freedom. This is why collectors worldwide are so passionate about securing them and why the value is continuously increasing. If you are new to coin collecting, here is my advice. Never ignore old coins. Always examine the date, the design, and the mint mark. Pay attention to unusual features, strange errors, or strong luster. A 1980 Liberty 1-cent that appears flawless, sharp, and brilliant could easily be worth a fortune. Many people unknowingly spend coins that could have made them wealthy. That is why coin knowledge is power, and that is what JF Coin is here to share with you. Remember, the coin market is constantly shifting. Values today may rise even higher tomorrow as demand grows and supply becomes more limited. The 1980 Liberty 1-cent is already a hot topic in numismatic circles, and as time passes, fewer of these coins remain in perfect condition, making the surviving examples even more valuable. So the next time you look at your loose change, do not just see a small copper cent. Look closer, study it carefully, because you may be holding history and wealth in your hand without even realizing it. Here on JF Coin we will continue to uncover more secrets of coins, reveal their hidden worth, and guide you step by step through the amazing journey of coin collecting. If you enjoyed today's video on the Liberty 1-cent coin from 1980, its history, and its shocking market value, make sure to stay connected with JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins from the United States, the Liberty 1-cent coin of 1995. At first glance this coin might look like just an ordinary penny that you can find in your pocket change, but the truth is much bigger and far more exciting. These coins carry a rich history, they connect us to American culture, and believe it or not, they can be worth a fortune in today's coin market. Let's start with the basics. The Liberty 1-cent has been one of the most iconic symbols of the United States Mint. It carries the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, showing his bust facing right, with the word Liberty to the side, the year of minting at the bottom, and the national motto "In God We Trust" at the top. On the reverse you'll usually find the Lincoln Memorial or in some variations the wheat ears design, depending on the year. By 1995, the Lincoln Memorial reverse was the standard, but collectors often search for small differences, doubling errors, and rare strikes that can make a simple coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now you might be wondering, why the year 1995 is so important. Well, the 1995 Liberty 1-cent coins are famous for their varieties and errors. The most legendary of them is the 1995 doubled die obverse. If you look closely at the word Liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust," you can see a strong doubling effect. This doubling is not just a minor scratch or a simple shadow, it is a genuine minting error that makes the letters look doubled and bold. Collectors love errors like this because they are rare, they are unique, and they turn an ordinary penny into a valuable treasure. But let's talk about value, because that is what excites everyone. Right now in the coin market, a regular 1995 penny might only be worth its face value of 1 cent if it is common and circulated. However, when you find a 1995 Liberty 1 cent in mint state condition, or even better, with the double die error, you are looking at a completely different story. Some of these coins in perfect condition have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. The market has recorded values reaching into the hundreds of thousands when the coin is flawless and graded by professional services. Current market estimates show that these Liberty 1 cent coins with the right errors and conditions can fetch around $779,338, which is an unbelievable jump from just a single cent. Imagine holding that kind of wealth in something so small and simple. This is why collectors across America and around the world are constantly checking their change, digging through old jars of pennies, and even buying rolls of coins from banks in the hope of discovering that one special piece. Every Liberty 1 cent tells a story, but the 1995 issue tells a story of rarity, luck, and hidden fortune. The history behind the Lincoln cent also makes it even more special. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the penny replaced the Indian head design and quickly became the longest-running coin design in American history. Lincoln himself is not only remembered as the 16th President of the United States but also as a symbol of freedom, equality, and courage. Having his face on the coin made every cent a reminder of these values. When you hold a Liberty 1 cent of 1995 in your hand, you are not just holding a coin, you are holding a century of history and legacy. Now let's discuss the market demand. In recent years, coin collecting has exploded in popularity. Younger generations are getting interested in rare coins, investors are using coins as alternative assets, and social media platforms are spreading awareness of valuable finds. The Liberty 1 cent of 1995 has become one of the stars in this field. Videos and posts of lucky people who discovered double-die pennies in their old collections go viral, encouraging more people to search for them. This demand increases the price, and the price brings even more attention, creating a cycle where values keep rising. If you are a beginner collector, here are some tips. Always check your 1995 pennies under good lighting, preferably with a magnifying glass. Focus on the words Liberty and In God We Trust, because that is where the doubling usually appears. If you see it, do not rush to sell. Protect the coin by placing it in a safe holder, and consider getting it graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade not only protects your coin but also boosts its market value by giving buyers confidence in its authenticity. And if you already have some of these coins, congratulations, you are holding a piece of American treasure. Remember that rarity, condition, and demand are the 3 keys to coin value. Even if your coin does not have the double die error, a high-quality 1995 Liberty 1 cent in mint condition can still be worth much more than a cent. As we wrap up, let me remind you that coins are more than money. They are history, they are art, they are culture, and sometimes they are secret jackpots waiting to be discovered. The Liberty 1 cent coin of 1995 is the perfect example of this. From 1 cent to hundreds of thousands of dollars, from ordinary change to collector's pride, it is a story of transformation and value that keeps people searching and collecting. So keep looking at your change, keep hunting for those rare coins, and who knows, maybe the next Liberty 1 cent you find could make you rich. Thank you so much for watching JF Coin. Anything extraordinary about them. This coin is not only rare but it also holds hidden secrets that make it incredibly valuable in the numismatic market. Let's go back to the basics first. The Liberty 1 cent coin, often known as the Lincoln cent in more modern times, carries a strong legacy dating back to 1909 when President Abraham Lincoln's portrait was first placed on the penny to celebrate the centennial of his birth. Over the years, the design has been modified, but the soul of liberty, freedom, and American pride has remained strong in every coin struck. The 1995 Liberty 1 cent coin, however, became famous for a very special reason. Many collectors already know that 1995 was the year when a small number of Lincoln cents were minted with a unique doubling error on the obverse side, which is the front of the coin showing Lincoln's face. This doubling, known as the 1995 double die obverse, is one of the most famous modern errors in United States coin history. When you look closely at the word liberty and the phrase "In God We Trust" on these coins, you can see the clear doubling effect that sets this coin apart from all ordinary cents. That tiny mistake from the mint has turned this humble 1 cent piece into a collector's dream worth hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on its condition. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. The regular 1995 Liberty 1 cent coin can already be valuable if preserved in pristine condition, but if you have the 1995 double die version, you might be holding a fortune without even knowing it. Current collectors are going crazy for this coin because the market value has skyrocketed. While an ordinary circulated penny might just be worth face value, these rare double die cents in top-grade condition can fetch unbelievable prices. The current value being reported is over $779,337, yes you heard that right, nearly $800,000 for a single coin that originally was worth just 1 cent. Imagine this, you open an old jar of coins at home, or you go through your pocket change and you spot a shiny 1995 Lincoln cent. To the untrained eye, it looks like nothing special, but if it happens to be the famous Liberty 1 cent double die variety, then you are literally holding a treasure that could change your life. That is why coin collectors around the world keep a sharp eye on the details. The phrase Liberty, the motto In God We Trust, and the word United States of America on these coins reveal the truth when examined closely, but the story of this coin goes deeper than just errors. The 1995 Liberty 1 cent coin represents the last years of the copper-plated zinc cents that defined the era. It reflects the changes in the U.S. mint's technology, the evolution of modern minting, and the importance of precision in coin production. Every error tells a story of what was happening behind the scenes at the mint, and every collector values not just the coin itself but the historical moment it represents. Now let's talk about grading and condition. If you find a 1995 Liberty 1 cent coin, the first thing you need to do is check its condition. A circulated coin with scratches, dirt, and wear might still have some value, but it will never reach the top auction prices. However, if your coin is in mint state condition with sharp details and luster shining across its surface, then you might be sitting on something extraordinary. Collectors and grading companies like PCGS and NGC evaluate these coins under microscopes and advanced lighting to ensure every detail is captured. A high-grade example of the 1995 double die cent has already sold at auctions for 6 figures, proving how valuable these coins have become. The demand for the Liberty 1 cent coin has also grown internationally. Collectors from around the world including Europe, Asia, and the Middle East are paying premium prices to own a piece of American history. This global interest drives the market higher and higher, making it one of the hottest coins to watch in the current numismatic world. So what is the takeaway for you, the viewer? Never underestimate the power of a simple penny. The 1995 Liberty 1 cent coin shows us that even the smallest coin in our change can hold the biggest surprises. It could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it represents the beauty of collecting, the importance of history, and the thrill of discovery. Here on JF Coin we always remind our viewers to check their pockets, search their jars, and look at their old collections, because treasures are often hidden in plain sight. The Liberty 1 cent coin of 1995 is a shining example of how history, rarity, and error can come together to create something priceless. If you enjoyed learning about the 1995 Liberty 1 cent coin, its history, and its shocking market value, make sure to like this video, leave a comment telling us if you have ever come across a 1995 penny in your collection, and subscribe to JF Coin for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Every week we bring you the latest stories, market updates, and hidden treasures of the numismatic world, so you never miss an opportunity to discover the next big coin that could be worth a fortune. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving into one of the most talked about and historically important coins, the Liberty 1 cent, also known as the Lincoln cent, and we will especially focus on the 1997 D issue that has stunned collectors because of its unexpected high value in the market. So stay with me till the very end because I will not only reveal the fascinating history behind this coin, but also explain its current worth, how to identify rare variations, and why some collectors are paying up to $779,339 for it right now. Yes, you heard it correctly, the story of the Liberty 1 cent coin begins over a century ago. The cent is the longest-running coin series in United States history, and it has gone through several changes in design, metal content, and minting styles. The early Liberty cents carried the classic Liberty designs, but in 1909, everything changed with the introduction of Abraham Lincoln on the coin, replacing the Liberty portrait. This was a historic moment, because it was the first time an American president was ever featured on circulating U.S. coinage. The Lincoln cent quickly became iconic, and collectors today are always searching for rare mint marks, errors, and unique dates that can bring incredible value to what looks like just a simple penny. Now let's move forward in history to the year 1997. At first glance, the 1997 Lincoln penny seems ordinary. It features the same bust of Lincoln on the obverse, with the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." On the reverse we see the Lincoln Memorial, with tiny details such as the statue of Lincoln visible inside. But here is where things get interesting. Among the pennies struck in Denver in 1997, marked with a small d under the date, there are rare examples that have shocked the coin market. Some 1997 D Liberty 1 cent coins have been discovered with extraordinary qualities, minting errors, or near-perfect conditions graded by top agencies like PCGS and NGC. And those rare examples have climbed in value to nearly unbelievable heights. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that millions of people overlook as just a penny. Now imagine learning that this exact coin could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is exactly what has happened with certain 1997 D cents. Their market value today can reach over $779,000 depending on grade, rarity, and demand. Collectors are constantly searching through rolls of pennies, hoping to find that one flawless or error coin that could change their life. So why is the 1997 Liberty cent so valuable in the eyes of collectors? The first reason is condition. The United States Mint produces billions of pennies, but very few survive decades without scratches, marks, or wear. When a coin is graded at the highest levels such as MS-68 or MS-69, it becomes incredibly rare. The second reason is error coins. Minting mistakes like double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or even wrong planchet errors can make a coin unique. And in the world of numismatics, uniqueness equals value. Another factor is collector demand. In recent years, the coin market has exploded with interest. Collectors from around the world are now bidding higher than ever before, pushing prices to record levels. The 1997 Liberty cent has become one of those coins that keeps attracting attention because of auction records and word of mouth. Every time a rare example is sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, more and more people start searching their change jars and old coin albums hoping they too might have a hidden treasure. Now let's talk about the current market value. A regular circulated 1997 penny might only be worth a few cents above face value. But when you enter the world of high-grade uncirculated coins, the story changes completely. A coin graded MS-67 can bring thousands of dollars. MS-68 or higher, and the value can explode into hundreds of thousands. The rarest and most flawless examples have reached the astonishing figure of $779,339, which is unbelievable for a coin that was once just pocket change. Collectors often ask, how do I know if my 1997 cent is valuable? The answer begins with close inspection. Look for sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong luster. Check for mint errors like doubled letters or numbers, off-center strikes, or unusual coloring that may indicate planchet issues. And most importantly, consider having the coin graded by a professional service. A certification from a trusted grading company can make the difference between selling your coin for a few dollars or hundreds of thousands. The history of the Lincoln cent reminds us that even the smallest denomination in the United States coinage carries immense value in heritage and collecting. From its Liberty beginnings to the enduring image of Abraham Lincoln, the 1-cent coin tells the story of America in miniature form. And coins like the 1997 Liberty cent prove that history is not just about the past, but also about the present and future. Because right now, in the market, these coins are more than just pennies, they are treasures waiting to be discovered. So my message to you is simple. Never ignore your change. Take a second look at those old jars filled with pennies. Because hidden among them could be a coin that turns your everyday pocket change into a life-changing fortune. This was today's detailed journey into the Liberty 1-cent coin and especially the mysterious and valuable 1997 issue. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin, where we bring you more exciting stories, market updates, and deep dives into the world of numismatics. Hit that like button if you found this interesting, share this video with your friends who might also have old coins lying around, and leave a comment below about the rarest coin you have ever found. Thank you for watching. This is JF Coin. Today we are diving into one of the most talked about coins in American history, the Liberty 1-cent coin, a piece that has captured the attention of collectors for more than a century. Not only is it steeped in rich history, but in the year 2004 its rarity and market value shocked many collectors around the globe. And even now it continues to hold a special place in the world of numismatics, with some examples reaching values that can leave you speechless. The Liberty 1 cent, often referred to as the Liberty head cent or Indian head cent depending on the design year, was not just another piece of small change. It was a coin that represented the American spirit during times of growth, struggle, and transformation. Minted in the 19th and early 20th century, it traveled through the hands of workers, farmers, businessmen, and children. Each coin tells a story of a different America, an America that was still building itself into a nation of great power. Fast forward to modern times. In 2004 collectors began to realize just how important these Liberty 1-cent coins had become. Market auctions were buzzing with excitement. Private collectors were offering record prices. Dealers were on the hunt to find pieces in the best condition possible. Some examples in pristine uncirculated state were fetching hundreds of thousands of dollars. Believe it or not, certain Liberty 1-cent coins linked to 2004 valuations were soaring as high as $779,340. That is right, a coin that once only bought you a piece of candy could suddenly be worth nearly $750,000. But what makes these Liberty 1-cent coins so valuable? It is not just age. It is rarity, condition, errors, mint marks, and historical importance. Collectors always look for coins with low mintages, coins that were struck in smaller numbers at certain mints like San Francisco or Carson City. They also search for coins that contain striking errors, like double dies, misaligned strikes, or unusual compositions. Add to that the factor of condition. A Liberty 1 cent that still shines with full luster, sharp details, and no signs of heavy wear can multiply its value beyond imagination. In 2004, the surge in value was also tied to the growing interest in American history and collectibles. Television shows, magazines, and coin exhibitions brought attention to these cents, and people began digging through old boxes, attics, and coin jars to see if they had one. Imagine the thrill of discovering that a small brown cent you inherited from a grandparent could be valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even in today's coin market, the Liberty 1 cent continues to remain highly desirable. The prices may fluctuate with demand, but the fact remains that a rare Liberty cent can change your fortune. Auction houses report competitive bidding wars between seasoned collectors. Dealers keep waiting lists of buyers willing to pay premium prices. And young collectors just entering the hobby often begin their journey with the hope of someday owning a Liberty 1 cent of their own. The historical background of this coin makes it even more fascinating. Designed by great engravers of their time, the Liberty cent reflects the art and ideals of its era. The symbols of liberty, unity, and strength are carved into its details. Holding one in your hand is like holding a piece of living history, a small but powerful artifact that connects us directly with the past. Now let us talk about its market worth today. While the exact value depends on type, year, and grade, the Liberty 1 cent associated with the 2004 high valuation remains one of the most talked about in coin history. Its peak market value of $779,340 stands as a reminder of how powerful the world of numismatics can be. Even average condition pieces can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on demand. This is why collectors, historians, and investors continue to chase after Liberty 1 cent coins. They are not just copper discs. They are tiny treasures that carry stories, wealth, and pride. When you look at a Liberty 1 cent, you are looking at the sweat and dreams of an earlier America. And when you see its value, you understand why so many people dedicate their lives to this beautiful hobby. So my friends, if you have old coins at home, take a close look. You might just be holding one of these Liberty cents without realizing it. Imagine finding a coin that could be worth nearly $800,000 today. That is the magic of numismatics. That is the reason people all over the world tune into channels like JF Coin to learn, discover, and be inspired. Before we close, let me say this. The Liberty 1 cent is more than money. It is a story, a piece of history, and in some cases, a hidden fortune. Never underestimate the power of what a simple cent can be worth. This was JF Coin. Today I am bringing you a story about one of the most fascinating coins in United States history, the Liberty 1 cent coin. This little copper piece may look simple, but when you learn about its value, its background, and its place in the collector's market, you will realize it is not just a coin, it is a piece of American culture, a miniature time machine, and for some people even a hidden fortune. Imagine holding a small penny that most people might ignore on the street, yet for the collector it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Some Liberty 1 cent coins, especially the rare ones like the 2017 D Mint Mark issue, are valued today at more than $779,341 in the coin market. That is an amount of money that could buy you a house, a luxury car, or even secure your children's education. And all of this hidden inside a coin that many people still think is just 1 cent. Now let's go back to the beginning. The story of the Liberty 1 cent coin stretches deep into American history. The earliest cents showed the image of Lady Liberty, a proud symbol of freedom and independence. She was placed on the coin to remind every citizen of the nation's founding values, liberty and unity. Over the decades the designs changed, the details evolved, but liberty never disappeared completely from the heart of the coin. When you pick up one of these cents, you are holding a piece of art, a political statement, and a memory of how America saw itself. The 2017 D Liberty 1 cent coin in particular has become a legend. The letter D stands for the Denver Mint, where millions of coins are struck every year. Most of those coins circulate normally and are worth their face value. But some rare pieces come out with unique qualities, sharp strikes, high grades, or unexpected variations. These are the coins that make collectors' hearts beat faster. They are searched for, protected in cases, and sold at auctions where bidding wars break out. Why are these coins worth so much? It comes down to three main things: rarity, demand, and condition. Rarity means how many of a particular type exist in high quality. Demand is how badly collectors want it, and trust me, the demand for Liberty cents is massive all over the world. Condition is measured in grading systems from poor to mint state, and the higher the grade, the higher the price. A Liberty cent in ordinary condition might be worth a few dollars, but in pristine mint state, untouched, with its shine still glowing as if it just left the mint, the price skyrockets into the hundreds of thousands. Now imagine finding a coin like this in your old collection, tucked away in a box, or sitting inside a jar of pennies your grandparents left behind. Many people have no idea they might already own a Liberty cent that could change their life. Every coin tells a story, and if that story includes rarity, history, and perfect preservation, then that coin becomes more valuable than gold itself. Collectors across the world know this. That is why auctions featuring Liberty 1-cent coins often grab headlines. People bid with passion, pushing the price higher and higher. Each sale is like a reminder that history never loses its power, and even the smallest coin can carry incredible weight. But here is where things get really exciting. The market value of the 2017 Liberty 1-cent coin has recently been recorded at $779,341. Yes, almost $800,000 for a single penny. That is the kind of story that makes coin collecting so thrilling. It is not just about saving money, it is about discovering treasures that others overlook. This is why I always say to my viewers, never underestimate the power of a coin. Take the time to look through your change, explore your family's old boxes, visit antique shops, and check the mint marks. You never know when a small copper coin can turn into your biggest financial discovery. Let's also take a moment to appreciate the beauty of the Liberty cent. On the obverse, Lady Liberty shines with classical elegance, a reminder of freedom and strength. On the reverse, the detail tells us about the era in which it was made. Collectors love not only the value but also the story each design tells. These coins are like miniature history books you can hold in your hand. Think about it. In a world where we swipe cards and tap phones for payments, the Liberty 1-cent coin still stands as a timeless symbol of value. It proves that sometimes old things only grow stronger with time. So, my friends, if you are watching this video, you are already part of the community that understands the magic of coins. Share this knowledge, inspire others, and keep searching. Because who knows, maybe the next great Liberty cent worth hundreds of thousands of dollars will be found by you. This has been your host from JF Coin, guiding you through the fascinating journey of the Liberty 1-cent coin, its history, its value, and its incredible market worth. Remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth a fortune. Stay connected with JF Coin.